Hey guys, Marcus Bruno. I wanted to reach out to you, my favorite people, my real estate agents, and I want to kind of give you guys an update of what's happening in the market, and then how you should be reacting, and kind of forward pace you a little bit on what's going to be the plan to deal with a market like this. I've seen this market before. Um, I'm not gonna lie to you, it wasn't as extreme as this, but that market crashed. This one hasn't. This one is starting to show declines, and I'll show you kind of what to look out for and what should be your mindset. Okay, first thing I want to show you guys, let's talk about buyers. Okay, I want you to see how many showings it's happening right now versus 2006, right? So I'm sorry, versus 2005. So in 2005, around this time, there was about 35,000 showings in the last week, right? And now we're over 40,000 showings, 41,000. So there's 18% more showings right now than there was last year around this time, right? Hold on for a second. But why are there less homes under contract? Pending homes or homes under contract. There are 8% less homes under contract than last week, right? So what's going on, man? And then also there's way more listings, 12% more listings around this time last year. So what's happening is, let me go through a couple of these little headlines so you can see kind of conceptually what's happening. Pending home sales dropped 9% in December, right? So we just talked about that. There's less homes under contract. And the reason why there are less homes under contract, it really has to do a lot with, let me see. It really has to do a lot with this headline right here. Make this easier for you to read. So 75% of homes on the market are unaffordable to the typical household. Buyers need a six-figure salary to comfortably own a typical property, with the average salary remains while the average salary remains significantly lower. So it takes 5 times your income to buy in this household, to buy in this market. 5 times your income to buy in this market. And then what's happened is first-time home buyers are struggling now to purchase. So they're at 21%. I could remember at a time when first-time home buyers were 50% of the market, between 30 and 50% every, whatever. But, the share is a lot less now, okay? So what's happening with the buyers, if you go back to this chart, is that buyers are really, really, really taking their time, and they are looking at a lot of houses, but they ain't really writing too many contracts, right? So what that tells me is that when you're working with a buyer, you have to be crystal clear on what they want, what they can afford. You have to be crystal clear on how you're going to help them, and you got to go through this buyer info sheet with them. I mean, it's a must. Like, this buyer info sheet, you have to know how to use it. Okay, and I'm always here to train you guys on how you use this buyer info sheet, but it's a must that you understand how to use this buyer info sheet, or you're going to be really showing a lot of homes and not getting anything under contract because you're not crystal clear on what the buyer wants. So you be careful for that. Now, on the seller side, okay, when you have homes that when you have less homes under contract, you have less buyers that are putting homes under contract, and then you have more listings, right? When you have more listings and less contracts, then you're going to start to see what this chart is showing, that there's going to be an opportunity with off-market listings. As you can see, these off-the-market listings are last year, ending 12/31. Man, they were off the charts, 4,500, probably a record. over 4,500 homes that went off the market. We're still up there too. We're still at 1,900. We're up 25%, almost 25%. So I want you to think about this. When you are now, as a realtor, finding these distressed sellers, okay, you have an opportunity to purchase the property, okay? And when I mean purchase the property, remember the formula: 70% of after repair value minus repairs. You have an opportunity to help that seller out of that distressed situation, right? And that doesn't always mean putting it on the MLS. He might want a quick sale, which you could do. You could you could put it under contract, flip the contract, right? You could put it under contract and rent it out, sublease it, option to buy. And we're going to start talking about more about these purchase strategies, because as a real estate agent, you can increase your income substantially by thinking of real estate as being an equity, or think of being a realtor as producing equity, right? Where you can actually take ownership of these homes with not a lot of money down, as long as you have the mentality that you're coming from contribution, that you are helping the seller. And when you structure your deals, you're structuring your deals to help the seller. Full disclosure, we're going to talk about letting them know exactly what to expect in the future. You know, you can even partner with your seller. You can put the home under contract, fix it up, and sell it, and never change ownership. You can partner with the seller. The seller needs your help. A lot of these people are going to suffer in this kind of economy when they can't sell their home, they can't rent their home, right? So this is a perfect opportunity for us to solidify ourselves as a resource to distressed sellers, okay? And then also you have the secondary option, which is, of course, representing your seller, putting it on the market, list it. And then we have a whole marketing campaign to find buyers, to find other sellers. If you're doing the right things, if you are studying your craft, if you know what you're doing. So, hey, I just wanted to give you, my realtors, an update, market update. I'll try to do a lot more of these during the year. Give me a call if you have any questions. Get on my calendar. If you have any comps, you want me to help you go through, let's get on my calendar. Let's go through them. God bless you guys. Have a great 2026.